Well, hello everyone. Today I'm going to talk to you about ENFJs, the FE, or extroverted feeling overload, because that's what it's like to have FE when you're an ENFJ. ENFJs feel everything. We are walking sensors. We pick up on every emotion of other people. We can become who they are in a weird sense. We feel all of their pain. Their emotional pain feels like our own physical pain. It can ruin your day because we don't just feel our own junk as extroverted feelers. ENFJs can feel overwhelmed and overloaded by everyone else's negative experiences as well. It's like having a canvas and you're just throwing splashes of paint on it and they're catching it. It catches every paint, no matter what color, what shade, whether it makes sense, it doesn't, it looks ugly, it looks beautiful. Like, as an ENFJ, you catch every feeling, the good and the bad, and it can be exhilarating and exhausting. But it can also be fun and useful and sometimes even helpful. If you can put yourself in someone else's shoes in the exacting way an ENFJ can, then you know how to identify with them. You know how to help that other person because you know what they're feeling. I knew an ENFJ guy whose father was a professional soccer player. And of course, he also loved sport. He loved to play soccer. I told him, hey, I know your dad was a professional soccer player, so you probably learned a lot of tips and a lot of moves and got a lot of motivation and energized from watching him play, and you got a lot of firsthand knowledge. But what is it that makes you such a great soccer player? Because you seem to really enjoy it and do really well at the sport also. And he told me that his biggest asset to being a really good soccer player was that he could anticipate people's moves. That's how ENFJs operate in a nutshell. We live our lives anticipating other people's moods and moves. If I know what your moves are going to be, then I know what to do next. But when is our intuition wrong? Can we make mistakes when it comes to reading people accurately? It gets tricky when our feelings get involved. We can feel extremely deeply. Our sensitivity to others helps us navigate the world, touch lives, help other people, be caring and compassionate, but it can also tear us up inside. You may be correct in what you're picking up in your intuition, but the trouble can come in with being forced to make a really difficult decision or making the wrong decision based on what your feelings are doing to you. Feelings can muffle things and get things all confused. Because what do feelings do? Sometimes we can get our feelings hurt. Like somebody could say something and we're like, did they really mean that? Are they trying to insult me? Why would they say that about me? That's getting in your feelings, and so it can really throw everything off when it gets too personal or we feel wounded by someone. So it could cause you to sever a friendship or break up with someone who you really should stick things out with. So you may need a sounding board to talk to someone whose emotions do not get so involved and mangled and muddled and intertwined and so overpowering and strong. So sometimes we can take an attack very personally when maybe it was meant to be objective, or it was just some advice, or someone felt comfortable enough to say, okay, here's my truth, or here's something that I think will help you, or etc., etc. So sometimes we have to kind of watch out for feelings, because it can derail us and get us all upset and frustrated and angry when it's something that you have to just shake it off, let it go, it's okay. But it's tough, it's pesky. I like it when I can talk to someone who can put things into perspective. Someone who can be practical and say, let it go. Everyone has bad days. Everyone can have a snappy moment or be in a bad mood. Forgive and go on. Interacting with human beings requires some forgiveness. So even though your intuition is more than likely correct, your feelings, especially when someone hurts you, can steer you into the wrong direction or into making the wrong decision when it comes to a friendship or a connection that you have with someone. So we just have to kind of watch out for that. But having an E can be very painful. It can be so tough, especially because sometimes it can exhaust you, like physical exhaustion, especially when you're talking to different people and they're giving you their experiences, or they're telling you how bad things are going, or they're telling you the physical things they're going through, or things that are going wrong with their jobs or with their partner, or they can't pay their bills. You feel their pain, and it can totally get all tangled, and it's hard to focus on your own stuff and your own junk and sort that out, because you are wearing your feelings and you're wearing everyone else's feelings. And sometimes people like to talk things out, they like to unload, and that's okay. You know, you're a great listener, you're a good sounding board, you're good at helping people. So sometimes they unload it and dump it all on you, and then they're free. They're feeling great now because they've just shared what they're going through with you, but then you're left with their emotions and the things that they're going through. And sometimes we don't know what the heck to do with that. Like, I can't just ignore it. I can't just move on from it. A lot of times people have no idea that you're carrying what they're going through with you, or that you feel as badly or as devastated for them. They don't even know. They have no clue. So how do you deal with your FE? Like, how do you shut it off? Do you get away from it? Does it make you become a colder, harsher person? Because in order to just deal with your own daily life, do you just shut it off and close down? How do you handle that level of emotion that's always coursing through you and almost drawing a picture every time you talk to somebody? It's like something grabs a pen and starts making all of these little designs and zigzags. And, I'm just so curious to see how you guys deal with that, and if you found any strategies or any methods for handling that abundance of feelings that you feel like stick pins or pain all over you. All right, well, if you like more ENFJ videos on different topics, comment below. Like this video. That gives me a clue that, okay, this is something that they're interested in. So it really helps me to it gives me some direction. Also, be sure to subscribe to the channel. If you like one of my friendship pins, check out the link below. And until next time, I will see you guys later. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.